Hey guys, Randy here and welcome to our cozy garden. Today we are doing a review of the vivosun heat mat and digital thermostat combo. If you're new to our channel, we are gardeners gardening in Zone 3, Alberta, Canada. We're doing edible gardening and cut flower gardening this year. But before anything else, I'd like to show you guys the beautiful Tinalak Fabric, which we bought from Davao City, Philippines. I thought I'd start incorporating some of my heritage and culture in our videos. So, we bought two of these heat mats back in mid of December because the ones I bought was of the wrong size. It was 20 by 20. So I went ahead and returned those and then looked for one that specifically has thermostat in them, because the one I bought, which cost me roughly 40 Canadian dollars back in December 2022, did not have a thermostat with it. So I had to return that, and I looked around and saw this vivosun heat mat and digital thermostat combo. And this one cost me, let me make sure I have my figures right, back in mid-December 2022, cost me $104 less a Christmas discount, and the shipping fee is free, less the discount of roughly $14, and less $6 for points. It ended up $81. It's a bit too much information for the math, but basically for each one, I got it for $40.50, which I think is a good deal considering that it is a heat mat and a thermostat combo. Otherwise, you would have to buy a heat mat, which can go from 25 to 29 Canadian dollars, plus a thermostat, which usually goes for $25. So if you do the more expensive one, $29, $30 plus 25 for the thermostat, you would end up with a $55 heat mat and thermostat combo. So I think it's a good deal. So let's open one of the boxes. So it comes in a nice storage pouch, a drawstring pouch, so that when you're done with them, you can just put them back in here and store them again for next year. And our heat mat, which is 10 inches by 20.75 inches. And then our heat mat thermostat. Okay, let me open it for you so you'll see what's in the box. Instructions, and then the thermostat. Okay, so if you bought just the heat mat, this heat mat would typically raise the temperature of your soil or your seed tray by roughly 5 to 11 degrees Celsius or 10 to 20 degrees Fahrenheit. That means you have very little control over how much heat your heat mat is giving off into your seed tray. that's why I decided to invest in one with a thermostat, because a thermostat would allow you to have flexibility in terms of temperature. It could raise or lower, well, not lower, but it could raise the temperature of the heat mat further if you need more heating. So the thermostat works like this. The thermostat is plugged into the power source, and then it has this temperature probe. This is what reads the temperature. Let me open it up. And this one should go, ideally, this metal thing, ideally should go into your pot, your soil, or your growing medium. That way you have the most accurate temperature that the thermostat can read. Now, I'll show you in a bit how it works in a grow light setup. And then it has a plug where the heat mat is plugged into. That way, the thermostat, which gets power from the power source, can heat up the mat based on the set temperature. So for example, if the current soil temperature is, let's say, 20 degrees, then you can set the temperature in here up to, for example, 25 degrees, and then the thermostat increases the heat for the heat mat. It raises the temperature until such time that the probe reads the 25 degrees. By then, the heating stops, but the system is still on. So in the event that the soil temperature goes down again, then the vivosun thermostat kicks in and then heats up the heat mat again. I'm going to set it up in here for my temporary grow light setup. Heat mat goes right below right underneath our grow tray, seed tray. The heat mat goes into the thermostat, which has its own plug, and then the thermostat plug goes into the power source. And once you do that, it now shows up the temperature for the probe. So let's see if the temperature changes if I touch the probe. Warm it up. Yes, it is. From 23, it's now 27, 28. So it's working. So this probe now goes into supposedly our soil, but since we're using soil blocks, I'm going to put it in between two soil blocks. Let's see, let's put it right in the middle. Oh, since I have a humidity dome, perhaps I can do this. I can put it through, right here. Put it through one of the humidity dome holes. There we go. And then put it right there. That should do it. just to show you guys how to set the temperature. So right now the temperature probe is reading 24.1, and to see how much temperature you've set in it, you go long press the set for 3 seconds, and it's trying to raise the temperature to 30 degrees. So we need some 6 degrees Celsius more. Now, since I don't need that temperature, I'd have to go, just an example, have to go 26. And then once you're good, so you go up, down, or up, or down. Let's try doing 26. And then long press the set button again. There you go. And then it goes back to 24.1. So now, since there's a difference between the set temperature and the current temperature, then the thermostat would try to increase the heat mat temperature by 2 degrees. And it's very easy to use, very user friendly. Plus the probe is long enough to reach the bottom of the soil blocks. So I think the vivosun heat mat and digital thermostat combo is a really good deal, considering the prices that I was looking at last December. It would be either a separately purchased heat mat and a digital thermostat, which would cost you roughly $55 each set, compared to the one from vivosun.ca, which ended up cost me $40.50. By the way, this is not a sponsored post. I just wanted to share with you guys our recent purchase in case you're looking around for a good heat mat and a thermostat. Once again, this is Randy. Thanks so much for your time. Feel free to like our video or subscribe to our channel. We would really appreciate that. And thanks so much for your time. Have a good day.